The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration over OPR8 by Thenatan. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But let's go ahead and get right into the plugin. So when you open up OPR8, it is going to look like this. What is OPR8, you may ask? Well, it is a multi-effect plugin that moves on like a polygraph pad. So basically you can do things like make this thing move in motion, and you can make it bounce around from each one of the different effects, basically giving your sound a change up and a switch up and everything like that. So as you see here, I can go through this menu or I can go through this menu and boom, bam, we can get all the sounds. You'll see here you get 8 different effects in this thing and you get a little bit of control over each one of the effects. We'll go over that more in depth here in a minute, but I made a little sample beat as always using OPR8. So I'll let you guys hear that real quick. It's definitely not all the way mixed down, but let's go. All right, guys, so now what I want to do is I just kind of want to copy this little region right here. I'm going to copy this. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to kind of turn off OPR8 on all of the sounds and then turn them on just so you can hear what it did to the beat, because I did use it on 5 different instruments. So let's go ahead and turn all this off. And so this is what this beat sounded like without OPR8 on there. And then now once I turn OPR8 back on, it's going to sound like. So it just adds a bunch to the beat. I actually made 2 demo beats in this video, so I'll play the second one for you guys at the end and kind of go through that too as well. Let's go ahead and start here with this OPR8. This thing is pretty dope because on this, again, like I said, you can change this from drag to draw. So this is kind of what this piano sounds like without OPR8 on there. So a super dry piano, but then once I throw OPR8 on there, so it really hooked that piano up. You can also do things like hit this draw button right here, and it's going to take it from node to node. So you can obviously imagine how dope that is. We can turn delay on if we want to. So boom, come over here, and we can turn delay on real quick. You know, we can get to do all kinds of different stuff. We can control everything underneath the hood. So let me go ahead and start here. So as we look here at our controls, you'll see here you have between drag and then you have between draw. So with drag, you can drag this node wherever you want to, and it's basically an XY axis or a polygon pad, and then you can make whatever sound you want to be more prominent. So So you can see here with these effects, you can get some pretty cool stuff going on here. Again, with this, you have controls over. So if I put it back here into this draw mode, I can make the arrow go back or forward. So I'm going to push play real quick. Now, if I was to push this, it's gonna make it go the other way, but I'm going to do this while it's playing. So this plugin right here is really good for like anything, really. You can use it on vocals, it sounds good, like especially like a long vocal riff, because then you can put all those effects on that riff and really just change it out. It sounds good on drums, it sounds good on melodies, it sounds good on everything. I even use it on the 808 in this beat. But to continue going, so then you have more controls over here. So you have this control right here, and this right here just adds a random node. So boom, you see how it just added a random node up there? Boom, it added another one right here. And then this right here will erase everything. And this is your back button. So boom, you know what I'm saying? It'll take back what you need to take back. You have some more controls right here, so you can add curves. So like, let's say I push this add curve, and then I was to, you know what I'm saying, add a node. So, you know, you push shift in the button, and then it'll add a node. And now you see how it added like a bunch of different nodes here. So now I can take this node and I can bend it. So you got to push shift, and then boom, you can move it around, but you got to push shift to move these nodes around. But I can move any node no matter where it's at. So if there's a node right here and I want to move that out and curl that out, I can do that, or whatever the case is. I can come back here and push close path. You've got show number right here. So boom, that shows the number in which to order the nodes are gonna go. So you know what I'm saying? 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, wherever it's gonna go, it just tells you the path in which it's taking. So that's cool. Over here, you've got control over, you know, each one of the nodes here. So you've got control over this back box. So you can basically pitch shift up side A and then side B, or A and B, 2 different levels. And then you have control over that modulation right here. Let's go ahead and put this back into the drag mode. Let's pull this up here. All right, so now if I was to push play, so you see how that'll take up, you know what I'm saying, a pitch from 2 different pitches. That's pretty cool. You can match, you can do some cool stuff with this. You also have control over your LFO right here, and then your filtering right here. So that's pretty dope. With all these, you're gonna get control over different things. So like with the repeat, you'll get some control over that. If you want to make this window bigger, all you have to do is double click on like the repeat right here. You can also solo a sound. So boom, if you push this line right here, it'll solo the sound for you. But you got all the controls. So you have like reverse down here too as well. So I'm not gonna go through every single preset, because I'm gonna show you guys some more stuff. So as you see, I'm not gonna go through each one of these effects, because obviously we know what delay, chorus, and reverb are, but I will show you guys real quick. The 8-bit will have control over the band right here. Let me go ahead and turn this off mute for just a second. Your reverb's gonna have control over your decay, low and high, your dampening, and it's got a filter on there as well. Delay is it's gonna be a 2-stage delay, so you'll be able to control your delay on left and right. And then it's got feedback, and then it's got a filter on that as well. You'll see your chorus, you've got your depth, and then you've got your spread, or which is probably your rate. And then right here you have motion, so this is kind of like an LFO, and this just kind of moves everything around a little bit too. You get a bunch of presets. I kind of want to go through a preset or two real quick, just so I can show you the next thing, because I know you guys are probably getting sick of hearing the same preset. That's a fire preset. So as you're looking here at the presets, you have drag, and then you have the draw, and the draw is what's basically moving. So boom, this is a wild preset. That's kind of fire right there. So I would, if it was me, I would probably turn that reverb down a little bit, but I would definitely use this, preset. So boom, I'll turn down this reverb just a little bit. So then you see down here, you've got compression, you've got width, and you've got filter. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So that's dope. You also have this thing right here, which allows you to rotate this. So like, let's say you have all this design drawn out, but you don't really like what it's hitting on or what it's hitting for. Let's go ahead and turn this chorus on real quick. And now what we can do is we can rotate this. So boom, you see how we just rotated it that easy? Now we moved everything around. So that's pretty cool. It'll change the sound up a little bit. You also have this intensity meter right here, and you'll see that this intensifies, I don't know exactly what this calls, but this intensifies everything that's loaded up. And then you also have this magnet control, and this magnet control basically changes the volume of everything at the same time. So this right here is like a universal volume control. Or not volume control, but a universal mix for everything in the track, if that makes sense. So that's pretty dope. So what I want to do now is I kind of want to show you guys what I use this on. So on this track right here, the next sound that I used was this guitar right here. And the guitar sounded like this. And then once I threw this operate on there, it sounds like. So you can come over here and you can drag the window, make it smaller if you want to. It doesn't get much bigger than that, but that's okay. You have settings right here, boom, bam. So that's where you're going to import your key and all that other stuff. And then right here, this takes you to basically all the information of the product. So with this, I'll go ahead and go to the next sound I played it on. The next sound that I played this on was the sub, and it just made a little subtle difference in this. If there was one thing that I wish that this plugin did have, it would just be a bypass button, so I could bypass it and listen to it again. But other than that, I think this is pretty dope. This is what the 808 sounded like before I threw it on there, and then I'll let you hear what it sounds like afterwards. So that little 8-bit crusher that you were hearing, a lot of that was that sub, and I thought that that was pretty solid too, that I could use it in that fashion. And then over here, I used it on some vocals for augmented voices. So the voices sounded like this before I used it. And now with it on. But I bet you this would sound pretty dope if I did a draw on here. Yo, it's kind of fire to me. I don't know about y'all, but I like that. And then over here, I put it on the kicks too. So I put it on the bus for my drums. So let's go ahead and get that drum bus up. And then this is what the drums sounded like. And then now with operate on here, I got it to sound like this. And I just thought that that was pretty dope the way that that sounded. All right, guys, and so I made a second little demo beat, and I'm just gonna play that real quick and kind of run through how I used Operate on that, because you can use this on so many different genres and so many different kinds of music. I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all. You can do some really fire things with this plugin. The intro price of this is, I believe, $29.50. Who's this for? Anybody who's just looking to get creative with some effects. Because again, you can do some dope stuff with this, like with the XY pad or with the polygon pad or whatever they call it. You can do a whole lot with this to just change your sound up, make your sound unique, do some things that you probably would have never done before. I definitely think it's pretty solid. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.